Hello and welcome to a new Headliners not Headliners anymore, since we added UCL and the Europa League, so we'll just call it live card investment video, where we look at live cards to invest in some coins to quickly flip if we make a win, and sell on the hype to make some coins. Now, last week, as we're going to see here, these are the players that we saw and recommended. On the left side, we're going to have the headliners, and on the right side, we're going to have UCL and Europa League cards. I didn't recommend all of them. I showed you which were on the two-win streak for headliners. Like I said, for me, the best time to get in is going to be when the team already has 2 wins before the third win. You buy it then, when you can find at its lowest, and then if they do make it and get that third win, you sell sort of like the next day or a couple of days later into the hype going into the fourth game, and make as much coins as you can. Now, from these headliners, I bought only one Luis Alberto that I found. I was looking for him like somewhere at 50. I couldn't find any. I bought one at 52 and sold at 59. So a little bit of profit there, not much really. I also bought an Ilicic that I sold, and then I bought a few Tagliaficos because I believed in Ajax making that third in a row win. I bought him at 102, 105, something like that, somewhere around that area. Ajax lost to Heracles away. I saw most of the match, or some of it. Ajax was pressing really hard for that goal. They couldn't make it, so Heracles got the goal in. Ajax's defense was wide open after the 60th minute or something like that, so you either score or get scored on. Anyways, we lost that. I sold the Tagliafico somewhere at the 90 to 92k area, so I lost about 10 to 15k a card. At 3 cards, I lost somewhere around 40 to 45, around 50k I would say, with taxes on those 3 cards. Digne I didn't really like as a investment because I talked about it was a tough game against Arsenal. Eventually they lost that. But we made some good coins on the UCL live cards. I bought 2 Jimenez at I think 30k, yeah. I bought them at 30k. I bought 2 of them that I found, and then I sold at 43. So I made about 26, 25k on that. Recommend Torreira for 250, I think. Arsenal got the away win, like I said. Arsenal is going to probably take that away win from Olympiacos, and they did. So they have a good advantage going into the second game. If they win that, he will go up by 1. He's already inflated a bit. I will wait for the second game and then sell. Sancho, we made coins right away. I bought only one that I found really cheap at 170. As soon as Dortmund won the match, I immediately listed them up for 233. So I made like 60. No, I bought them at 168. I listed them 233, so I made 65k on that. Party was another one. Atletico won, like I said. Atletico is going to be a hard side to break down at home, as they were. So they walked away with a win. Party already got the upgrade. I'm not sure where his price is, but he was somewhere around, I think 80 or 90k where I recommended him. And then the other one was Das Vas, with Valencia playing horrible away and getting their ass handed to them. So that's that. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, which I really believe in. It's not that bad. So we'll get rid of these and we'll have a look at this week. This week is going to be sort of a tough way to go about because we do have headliners, and there are quite a few that are already on the 2 in a row. But we're going to have UCL games, and then we're going to have a new promo on Friday. Now, the new promo will affect these cards if there are new cards in the promo in new positions that are competing against these cards in their positions and their leagues. So let's say we get a new German striker that is originally in a different position, but now he gets a German striker card, which looks good. it might affect the price of Timo Werner's headliner if that card is cheaper. So with the headliners, I would probably wait maybe until Friday and the new promo and see what cards we get. Lewandowski from Bayern. Bayern missed it out on their previous run. On the fourth game, they actually drew to Leipzig. So they didn't get Lewandowski didn't get the upgrade, but now they're already on 2 in a row again. Now he's at 750. I believe when he was on that 3 in a row, he was somewhere around 950. So he dropped about 200k. The next 2 games is going to be 2 games in the league. It's going to be against Hoffenheim and against Augsburg. So I believe those are going to be 2 easy games for Lewandowski and for Bayern to win, and Lewandowski to get eventually the upgrade to a 94. He's now at 750. I think it's a good time to invest in this card if you're interested in. If history is going to be repeating itself and he goes again at 950, it's going to be a good 150k profit if you get into him now and find a card at 750 or under. For me, it looks like a sure thing, but like I said, you have to wait to see if any new cards from the promo affects him. If not, and you can get one at 750, it looks like a good investment. The other one's going to be Timo Werner. He's a bit inflated. Not liking his price at the moment because of his winter upgrade and because of the player of the month getting upgraded and going higher. If this guy gets a +1, he will go to a 90, so he's going to be equal to his player of the month SBC, which was somewhere around 350k when it came out. So I'm not sure if it's a good deal. He needs to get another inform for this to go to then eventually a 91 to be worth it. So I don't know. I'll probably say that if you really want to get into that, probably looking at 470 or 450 and under, 470k or 450k and under. But again, even at those prices, I really don't think it's a good investment. I don't know if there's any room for profit there. The other one from the German side, from the Bundesliga side, is going to be again Dortmund, which they missed out on the 4 in a row. We had this Delaney investment in the past when they were on the 2 in a row. They got the 3 in a row. I made some good coins on this Delaney. I bought like 3 and made about 200k. So again, he's probably going to be my investment from these headliners. Him with Royce. Royce is at about 135, 14. Is it? Yeah, somewhere around there. He's quite inflated, and I wouldn't go into this card. Even if he gets the upgrade, I don't know how high he can go. I don't think that there's room for him to go too much at 1.3, 1.4. But on the other hand, we have Delaney, which right now is somewhere around 170. I think the previous time that I bought him at 160, and I sold at over 200. I sold at 210, something like that. So I made about 50, 60k on each card, which was great. So this Delaney is looking good. Their next opponent is going to be Gladbach. It might be a tough game, but with a good streak they're having now, and with that win on the UCL, I think morale is high. I think they'll walk away as winners from that third game. And then the fourth game is going to be Schalke. That's going to be, I think, maybe a tougher game. But if they win the third game, that's all we care about. So I will buy him at anywhere under 170. I think, again, after Friday's promo, when it comes out, I will look for him under 170 and I'll buy a few cards from him. We did well the previous time, so I'm going to invest on him again. The other card is going to be Mertens from Napoli. The next 2 games are going to be Torino and then Verona. They look like kind of games that Napoli is going to be winning, but they have, is it today? Yeah, I think today they have a UCL game against Barcelona, which is going to be a really hard game. It depends a lot on how they're going to perform tonight, on how they're going to go into the league game on this weekend. But his price has really dropped. I think the last time I saw him on going to a 3 in a row, he was like 700 and above. This time he's at 595. So at 590 and under, after Friday's promo, if you can find a card, I would get into it. I think they could beat their next opponent is going to be Torino. I think they could beat Torino, and if they go on that 3 in a row, his card will probably rise again. The last one is going to be Manchester City with Walker and Sterling here. Walker as well. I have this untradeable Walker. Sterling and Walker from Manchester City, they have Arsenal and Man U. Now, I think that Arsenal game is being postponed, so I'm not sure if they have a game or when that game is played. I'm not sure how their calendar is going to work out. If I was to invest on any of these two, I don't know, Sterling is at about 300k. He looks to be really cheap, so if he goes to 91 as a left wing, he'll probably get up there a bit more. Walker is at 400k. Out of the two, I would suspect that Walker is going to have the higher demand if he gets an upgrade, so maybe I'll look for Walker for under 380 or something like that, but I'm not sure if they're playing this weekend. Even if they do, with Arsenal, their next game is going to be Man U, so they have two tough games. Pair that with the UCL game against Real Madrid and in between, so it's going to be really hard. I would probably stay away from these. So now we move on to the UCL cards. Today and tomorrow we have two games. The first one today is going to be Chelsea against Bayern. There are a few cards in those games, but I don't like any. Kante from Chelsea on the one hand, also there's another one which is going to be an SBC card for Chelsea. I'm not sure which one it is. Anyways, Kante is somewhere around 800 something K. I don't like that price. Also, it's going to be a hard game. On the other hand, Bayern has two cards with Goretzka and Coman, but they're really, really high at the moment, so I'll probably avoid those. A lot of people are probably investing on those cards or have invested already. I think that Bayern will win the first leg and those cards will get upgraded right away. It looks to be a hard game. It's not as easy as you would think for Bayern to get a win away in Stamford Bridge, so I'll probably just stay away from that game. The other game is going to be Napoli against Barcelona. Now, I'm probably going to be picking one of these two cards. Allen, let me check my notes here. Allen is going to be under 210k. I think it's a good price for Allen. If he gets Napoli gets the first win, and he goes to an 88, it's probably going to be a very, very nice card. Especially if that pace hits the 80 mark, I think it's going to be a very desirable card. So at under 210 or 200k, I think Allen is a good investment for that game. And remember that if they win the first game, they get an immediate upgrade. If they don't, the card is not lost, because if on the second game, the second leg, they turn it around and they advance through, they will still get an upgrade. So even if they lose the first game, you might still want to hold on to it, depending on, maybe the second game something happens and they turn it around. On the other hand, we have Ousmane Dembele. He's up 1.1. I think a lot of people are investing on this card, hoping Barcelona will get their first win away today, so he could get to an 88. If he goes to an 88, it looks like a really, really nice card. Eventually, if they get the first win and then they get through, it will go to an 89. It's either going to be Allen or Dembele. So now for the risk, I would probably go with Napoli. Obviously, Barcelona being the favorite, but I believe that Napoli could, challenge Barcelona and maybe walk away with that win. So if you do believe that, obviously you have to put your own thinking into it and see who you believe will win against this game. For me, I will go with the outsider and go with Napoli, and I will go with Allen here for under 200k. I'll probably get a card or two. The other games are going to be tomorrow with Lyon versus Juventus at home. We have Depay from Lyon at 200k or under. It looks like to be a good investment against Juventus that has Dybala only on the live card, which is really inflated. I really don't like that card. Now, if you don't think Lyon can win, you probably stay away from that game. I wouldn't buy Dybala's card. It's really high at the moment. But at 200k Depay, I think Lyon has a good chance of beating Juventus on the first leg. We'll see how it goes. But Instead of that, I'll probably not be investing in this one and probably invest in Militao, which is going to be the next game tomorrow. The big game is going to be Real Madrid against Manchester City. I think Militao at 650 or under. A lot of people are waiting for this card. If this card goes to an 87, and also depending on how the first game goes, we'll see how if Real advances through. But we'll stick to the first game, and I think Real has a good advantage, despite losing the last game this Sunday, I think it was, in the league. I think they're in a good form, and I will look for Militao under 650. I think it's going to be a good investment. A lot of people will be jumping into it as soon as he goes to an 87. He's a favorite this year, so I think it looks like a good investment. He's been sticking around to that 600k mark, so anything under 650 looks like a good investment. On the other hand, if you think City has a chance and you want to bet on City to win on that first leg, I will get Mahrez for under 150k. It looks to be a good price. And then from Europa League, the only card that I will look into and buying is this card. I already bought one for 99,500. I also played a lot of games since I bought him on Saturday, I believe, or Friday, because he links to Mkhitaryan, gets a strong link. So they already have the first win, 1-0 at home, Roma, so they're playing away against Genk. So they need to hold on to that lead to go through. If they go through, this card will go to an 86, so he will go immediately up 2 ratings, which is going to be fantastic, and I expect this card will fly up in price because it's already been a favorite of a lot of people in their teams. So if it goes to an 86, I think it will reappear in many teams. So at 100k, I think this is a good investment for your Europa League night, and I believe that Roma will hold on to the lead and will advance through, and we'll see this card as an 86. So to sum it up, I like a lot this Juan Jesus. I like Militao. Out of these two, if I had more coins, I would like to get a Dembele, but because I don't have that many coins, I would probably just go with the outsider and go with Alan from this pair at 200k, Juan Jesus at 100k under, and then from the headliners, I will look for Delaney under 170, and then Mertens 590 or under, and Lewandowski 750 or under. But like I said, headliners, wait until Friday's promo, see what comes out. If there are cards that come out that are in the same position, the same league, and they affect their price, you have to wait a couple of hours to see if their prices drop on the headliners. If they don't, then go ahead and make your investments. And like I said, if they win the third game, next day or the day after that, you sell into the hype. Don't wait for the first game. Get, as much profit as you can. Profit is profit. It doesn't matter if you make 5k or 50k a card. Just take the profit and move on to the next. So this is going to be it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.